And we're back. Where were we? So we just found out that Mother's head popped out of the sewer lid earlier. Therefore, she is dead. It was her severed head that popped out earlier. Made the same mistake again. The severed head popped out of the sewer lid. So she's dead. So Father and Vlad arrived at the supermarket to find that head. They weren't looking for the head, they were looking for her, but they found the head with the headlights pointing at it. So that helped. And now they both have grabbed swords that were in the back of Vlad's kidnapping-looking van. A white panel van, looks like a kidnapper van. So they got swords, and they're on foot. Why they're on foot, I'm not quite sure. I may have missed it. Do you remember? I don't want to look back because we're not done yet. So I want to finish it. It's been 1 minute. Just to explain that. But, they got swords. They both have a sword, a silver sword, they were both forged from the ashes of every tree. I think it means every kind of tree, because not every tree has been burnt down and turned into ash. So I think it meant every kind of tree. But there's no reason to say kind when you are Vlad of such importance throughout history. So he said every tree, just to clarify. So next, we cut to the bloodletting shed, where Alexis is still tied down to the bench. And is hanging, she's now tied down to something else. She is now hanging by her feet and growing pale from all the cuts on her body. The triple cross symbol the triple cross symbol has been etched in the middle of her rib cage. So it wasn't hers. So I guess the triple cross came from the people that pulled her out of the house. I don't remember, but I think that might be what it was. It makes more sense she doesn't wear it normally. She's more of a goth type girl. I mean, it's very obvious because she's listening to heavy metal, which is not goth, but it's close. So, I mean, it is. I mean, heavy metal and goth go together. It's not heavy metal and emo. No, it's not goth and it's not emo and heavy metal. We're in the shed. We're in the bloodletting shed. Her triple cross necklace that she had, I guess, would be over her head right now because she's upside down, hanging by her feet. But the same symbol is etched on her rib cage, which is down lower. But that's what it is. So next we go to the outside of the shed, the exterior, where Vlad and Father are walking along searching. A light shines from the cracks in the window in the shed. I think that reads right. There. They have to be in there. Lexi, Daddy's coming. Father runs towards shed. So my actions, a lot of the times, when they're just to me, I like to leave out the words that aren't that important, that make you sound human. Father runs towards shed. Not father runs towards the shed. The shed. Articles. They're not needed. Unless you plan on rereading something years later to find out that they were. So, we are now in the shed. Miss Franklin looks up. I knew this would happen! Exterior shed. Father pounds on the door. A dragon-like creature leaps out of the trees and smashes through Father through the door. Nope. And smashes Father through the door. A dragon-like creature leaps out of the trees and smashes Father through the door. No, I read that right. A dragon-like creature leaps out of the trees and smashes Father through the door. That makes sense. I just can't read. Daddy! Yells Alexis while she's upside down, bleeding. I guess not unconscious. I don't remember if she was unconscious, but she's not now. The others are screaming in fear of the beast. And so on. Father backs away, bleeding from the door splinters and beast claws. Father swings the sword at the beast and manages to graze it. Graze? Graze. I think that's the right word. Graze, like grazed by a bullet. Yeah, that's the right word. The beast bats the sword away angrily and takes a chunk out of Father's stomach. With his dying breath, he looks at a crying Lex. I love you, Lexi. That's a crying voice. Vlad climbs over the beast's back and slices its neck with his sword. The townspeople cower to the corner of the shed. Vlad is thrown forward over his head and smashes into one of the bled-out townspeople. The beast walks toward them and he's Mr. Jacobson. Vlad quickly grabs his sword and jabs it through the beast's back till it falls down dead. Vlad gets up and scares the others when he bares his teeth. So they run outside. I wrote beers. When he bears his teeth. B-E-E-R-S. Vlad gets up and scares the others when he bares his teeth, so they run outside. The townspeople scream as two more beasts start to feast on the others outside. Take her, yells the doc from off camera. Vlad unties Lexus. Wait here. Get me out of here, yells the young boy that's tied up as well. Vlad exits and Lex starts untying the others. Vlad picks the other sword from Father's hands and runs out of the shed with each sword in hand. He's got two. Vlad quickly speeds toward the beast, devouring Miss Meeg, and swings the left sword up into the gut, and then it spits Miss Meeg out and collapses. Vlad gets to his feet, pulls out the sword, and runs with both sword blades toward the other beast, and quickly slices both swords through the neck of the beast, feasting on the dock next to the head of Miss Franklin. Into the shed, the young boy stands over Alexis as she cries over her father's body. Vlad watches as he sets the beast aflame. Cut 2. Subtitle. Vlad's van. Vlad's van. Subtitle. 2 months later. Subtitle is also, over the months that followed, Vlad took Lex under his care and made a promise to her dead father that he would always look after her and keep her safe. Continued. Vlad drives Alexis to Angel Aquariums. Alexis looks sadly at the aquarium park. Thanks, Vlad. She has not matured in her voice. I'll be back, because this is like a good stopping point, because my dog's barking for one, but we're at a good stopping point, because we just arrived at an aquarium, and it's 2 months later. So see you then. Not 2 months later, but I'll be back soon.